Hello! Welcome back to Idiots Gaming and our playthrough of Vane in episode 11. Off camera, I did get my lockpicking up to level 25. Oops, not that one, this one. Lockpicking is up to level 25. As a perk, I took muscle memory, so I get that sweet 25% XP every time I do lockpicking stuff. And I'm hungry. I need to eat some food. I need to do some cooking. We'll have some basmati rice. It sounds yummy. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. And we're 7% satiated. Okay, well, let's go through, make sure we have everything. Because we're gonna go somewhere scary. We got a claw sword, we got a pistol, we got a tomahawk. I want the pistol in the number 3. We don't have any armor on. No, we can fix that. And I did some organization over here. We got a combat helmet. We can put a combat helmet on. Where? I think that takes place of my armor. Police bulletproof vest. We'll probably want this. And we need to get some leathers and stuff to upgrade. And off camera, I have emptied out the box truck. So let's beep this thing. I need to move those cars. Actually, what I need to do is I need to make a bunch of fence materials and build my fence out where I want it to be. Nope. Stop. Where am I? Yeah, I told you, the gate's gonna make things a slight bit more of a pain in the butt, but it makes me so much safer. And, safety first. Okay, it did not seriously do that. I know I engaged that when I get out. I do that all the time. Maybe it's just a bug with the parking brake. I don't know, but we'll find out. Okay, so we're going to go to Danamora, because I want to go to the prison. There's a lot of good loot in the prison. And actually, I just realized something. Do I have my sleeping bag on me? Out of that. Yes, I do. Okay. Alright, that's all I care about. As long as I have my sleeping bag. I have a sleeping bag, I have weapons. I can get food at the prison that's to infinity and beyond. Hopefully I have all my tools, but me come prepared? That's impossible. I would never actually go somewhere completely prepared to go there. The box truck thinks it's struggling up this hill now. Well, give it a minute. Wait till we get back from the prison. You ain't gonna like going up this hill. But lucky enough, on the way back from the prison, we're gonna be going downhill, so it's not gonna matter. Because I'm gonna load this box truck with all the yummy goodies. Now, I will say now, the prison will probably be more than one episode, because the prison is huge. And there is a lot of stuff in it. And I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna loot and pillage. I'm gonna be a loot goblin. I'm gonna take everything that's not nailed down. So it's gonna take me a long time. And with these episodes only being, I record about an hour of footage, and you kind of see how much time there is in them. Sometimes I get an hour out. Sometimes I get less. We'll just say less. Fuck, what the? Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. That was not physics. Freaking fog. Can't see shit through the fog. I'm gonna get surrounded by the zombies. But yeah, unfortunately, Dannemore is a little ways away. So this is gonna take a little bit. We'll be back when we get to the prison. Oh, that didn't take very long. But we're back because here's the prison. Right. We will be taking the box truck inside the prison. Should I take a lock? Should I take a news van? No. I still got bad jujus from last news van I tried to steal. And this is gonna make some noise. I don't know if you can close that gate back up once you get in here. Sorry about you, zombos. Maybe you shouldn't try to steal my truck. I'm really hoping that speed bump turned physics brake thing that happened a little bit ago doesn't have too negative an effect on my box truck. And I'm trying to keep gates and stuff closed behind me because it makes it that much harder for the zombos to get to me. Okay, does this close that gate? Yes, it does. Okay, cool. That's fine. We'll lock ourselves in the prison. Now, that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. And I can now do tough locks, which is what I was waiting for before we came here. And there's multiples of these scattered around the prison, and they're just ladders to go up to, like, crow's nest. Alright, and I'm down. Yeah, tell me it isn't a horrifying concept where, you know, the prison guards literally outlook over the city itself. And it seems like it's more, you know, watching the populace of the city than it is watching inside the prison, because you can't really see shit inside the prison. That's kind of a scary thought. You gotta use block, and in every one of these there is a weapon slot. Yeah, I'm gonna break a lot of lockpicks here. Okay, you got riot shirts, which a little bit of armor, police baton, rifle suppressor, ooh, and a bunch of tasers. And like I said, we're gonna take everything that's not nailed down here. And I can already imagine somebody's going to be scared of this ladder, because I'm kind of scared of this ladder. What I found works the best is come over here to the corner. When you get close to the ladder, it'll snap you over to it, and then just walk backwards. Don't look down and walk forwards, because you'll just keep going up the ladder. As long as you're walking backwards, you'll go down the ladder. And once you get to the bottom, just tap jump, and you'll come off. Easy peasy, no fall damage. Yay! What's in the corpses? Oh, money. I like money. I like monies. And there is a couple really good reasons to come to the prison. Number one, there's a lot of weapons and stuff here. Because it's a prison. Number two, there's an amazing kitchen here. And I'm going to see if I can't remember how to get to the kitchen. And we'll try to make this kind of... I ran over a zombie. It became a speed bump. I'm probably not going to explore the entire prison. I'm going to go to... try to find my way to the kitchen. That is the second entry. So, last time I came in here, I came in that entrance. But I know how to get there. I think I know how to get there from the entrance I came in. It's a little easier when you're not in a box truck, but I can make it work. I think. Come down here, go through here, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. And if I remember right, this... Zombo. Where you at, Zombo? Zombo, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. He's behind a door. That loud thumping noise tells me he's behind a door. Come here, buddy. Come here. Yeah, come on out here. Come on. Come on. Come on here. We can play fetch. We can run. We can jump. And fetch this sword. Yep. Correctional officer. And I was right. I found the right entrance. Hello, come here. Oh, you're kind of sick. Why are you so sick? Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling good. Maybe this will help. Probably not going to help. Arr, arr. And there's a lot of zombos here, so come prepared. If you're going to come to the prison, come prepared. I want to pick the lock. I want that experience. And yep, you got a nice, huge laundry. And there might be, which, I mean, I would probably tear down most of these. Because how many people need 8 billion washing machines? But your main goal, or my main goal, is all of these offices. And we're going to have some fun with those flare guns, because flare guns. And I think I've said it before, the last time I was in the prison, I came out of here with so many lockpicks. And so many experience magazines. And I'm literally going to take like normal, I'm going to take anything that's not nailed down. And then the stuff that are nailed down, I'm going to unnail from the floor, and I'm going to take that too. And that, I'm not going to go through and deconstruct everything today. At least not in this episode. And there's stuff in the washers and dryers, occasionally. Yeah, prison jumpsuit, sneakers. So, a lot of your jumpsuits and sneakers and stuff will be in there, which you can tear down for various scraps. And inside of this room, there is oh, my cell phone's dead. All right, that's not a problem. If your cell phone happens to die, and if you're not aware of how to do this, go to cell phone, remove battery, insert battery, type in battery, and grab one that's fully charged and stick it in your cell phone. And then turn your cell phone back on. Nope, it's already on. Yay, flashlight. But yeah, there's a bunch of boxes in here, and they're all food. I'm not going to loot this right this second. This is very much just a kind of... This is an explore the prison thing. Hi, buddy. Can you come down from there, please? We need to talk about your behavior. And inside of... This is the kitchen that is just... It's a great kitchen. You got 2 huge refrigerators, a sink, a good-sized grill, oven, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not going to loot everything right this second because I don't want to make 8 billion trips to the truck. And we got another big fridge here. I think this is another big fridge. Yep, we got 4 big fridges. Now serving an ass whooping. I hear you. Yep, I see you. Hello. Aim above the head. I don't know why, but aim like above the head and you're more likely to get headshots. Alright. And we got a Zombo pounding on the door somewhere. Let's find the Zombo behind the door. Are you in here? Hello? Nope, no Zombo in here. Had a jump scare there for a second, that picture on the wall. But we're probably going to be camping out here in the prison tonight. This is why I made sure I had the sleeping bag. And we got our commissary with a whole bunch of stuff in it. But like I said, this is kind of a explore the prison more than clear the prison. So we're going to do a little bit of exploration. We're only going to work on this cell block in this episode. There are 4 cell blocks, A, B, C, and D. Or at least 3. I think there's 4. A is the cell block you want. That takes me back down that way. I'm trying to remember how to get up there. Go up there, you go over... Go through this. Pick this lock. Kill the puking zombie. Now you see why I wanted the claw sword. That's a very tough lock. You can't get in there, which sucks because that's a weapons room. You got the yard exit, which is amazing because if you notice, there's 4 or 6 large gardens there. I'm trying to remember how to get upstairs. We need to get upstairs. Okay, it's over here. Yep. I think it's over here. I'm not remembering things. Sorry about that. So you come in. If you come in the way I did, you come down the hall, you go into the main room here, come over to this room where the 2 offices are, hang a right, go through the gate, come up the stairs. Once you are upstairs, you have surveillance cameras. You take care of the zombos, and you got the defendable position. While you were in here, you have... These are your light switches. I know they don't look like light switches, but they are light switches. And like there's a light switch for the kitchen. Dude, you're in a jumpsuit. You're not even supposed to be up here. There's light switch. That is the light switch for the kitchen storage room. And flashlight. Hey, there we go. He was kind of a pain to get into. All right, and there's the light switch for the laundry room. These rooms have the standard light switches. They're just right next to the doorways. So, yeah, easy. And this is the block you kind of sort of want to live in. If you wanted to live in the prison. Which isn't a horribly bad idea. And this room's light switch is right on the top of the stairwell. But the main thing I want is I want to loot all of these desks. I want to loot all the filing cabinets. And we're probably only going to work on this area for this episode. I don't know how much we will record going through every single office in here. I will say that I will not leave the prison until I am at least done looting the prison. Whether that involves breaking everything down or not, that remains to be seen. But it will at least be this, me going to every one of them and emptying them out. And then I will show everyone the box truck of what all was found. That way you can kind of get at least an idea of how much stuff you can get out of the prison. Because it may be a zombie survival game, but it's also a loot goblin's wet dream. And because of that, I want to make sure you guys know where to get said loot goblin wet dreams. And I'm not really paying attention to what's coming out of these right in this second. I'm just looting and pillaging and having a grand old time, taking everything. Now, a lot of times you'll find these contraband lockers. They are always a tough lock, which is why I wanted my lockpicking to get up to 25 before I came here. And if you notice, I'm already up to 40 lockpicks. I came here with less than 20, and I am horrible at this. Wow, 3 lockpicks so far. Okay. There we go. Now they've already been searched. And you got surveillance cameras, and the surveillance cameras do work. This is actually a live feed. It's not like those games where they just put a static image on there. That is actually a live feed. And I believe you might be able to somehow get to the cameras to steal them. I know you can set up cameras at your own base. You can take cameras from throughout the world and set them up to a TV. And like I said, I'm going to break a lot of lockpicks. I know I am. I came prepared. Mentally prepared to break lockpicks. But my lockpicking was at 25 when I got here. I am going to get a crap ton of lockpicking experience here. I probably will not get enough lockpicking experience to be able to open the very tough locks anytime soon. I kind of wish when you broke your lockpick, it would go back to wherever you were on this screen. So you didn't, like, if I was here when it broke, it would stay here and not revert back to up there. And I think a lot of the lockpicking on the first lockpick without cheesing it comes down to luck. Especially on these very tough locks. When you see me lockpick a tough lock on the first lockpick, that is pure luck. On my part, you might actually be really good at it. You might be able to tell. Okay, it's turned this many degrees, so I need to turn this many degrees to the one way or the other. I can't do that. But yeah, that is this office block, and there are a lot of these office blocks in the prison. I'm about halfway through the episode, so we just took a good time. That's how many batteries I've looted so far. Correctional officer stuff, and I haven't taken every single thing. This is just kind of a rough idea of what all I've grabbed. And obviously all of this stuff's going to get torn down. And this is another blood test kit. This is not the one that I got last episode or the episode before that. A lot of tasers and flare guns, which you can break the taser down. Because I don't need 8 billion tasers. Aluminum scrap, screws, springs. So, not bad. The taser cartridges themselves can give you gunpowder, which you might want. This room is a commissary, so a lot of locks to open and more office stuff. Obviously, we like office stuff because office stuff can give lockpicks. And I've already gotten 5 levels of lockpicking, and I do not have a lockpick magazine active. That is just from having the 25% boost for hitting the first 25 levels. I need that level 50 skill. I'm going to break so many lockpicks. And it was, don't turn the lockpick. I always need to try the first one. This is unfortunately all food, which I don't super care about right now. And some of this stuff's already gone rotten, just because that's how it works. And cleaning wipes. I like cleaning wipes. And a croissant. And there's nothing on the shelves. It's all in the lockers. Alright. We got these 2 rooms to clear out. We're going to close that. Look, more tasers. More batteries. If you ever wanted to know where your Duracell stocks go, here you go. Try it right there. Try it right there. Oh, wrong way. Broke it. Back a little ways. Got it. If I paid a little more attention while I was doing this, I would probably be a lot better at lockpicking. But I don't know. I'm impatient when it comes to lockpicking. I want to loot. I don't want to lockpick. Now, thinking back, I probably shouldn't have torn down those tasers, because that's going to skew what's shown at the end when we talk about, we got this many of this and this many of that. You just have to remember I broke down like 10 tasers. Wrong way. Definitely the wrong way. Found it. I'm not worried about breaking some lockpicks because I know I'm going to get a ridiculous amount in here. Standard lock. These are easy. Easy. Got a Zombo out there making some noise. Easy, and then I break a lockpick on it nonetheless. I think as your lockpicking skill goes up, the window to actually pick the lock. Because I look at it as, okay, you've got 180 degrees here. You start at 0. So you got 90 degrees to the left, 90 degrees to the right. On a very simple lock, you might have a 15 degree. You might have like 15, 20 degrees of this. So it could be anywhere in this. Okay. It's probably more like 45 degrees for a very simple. And then less for a simple, less for a tough, and even less for a very tough. So that's the way I see it. So I always start a little bit to this. Start without going, and then turn a little bit to one way, a little bit to the other way, and try to figure out which way I need to turn. And sometimes, if I'm actually paying attention and not speed running it, I can not do that. I know it's somewhere in here. Just gotta find it. Yeah, look, more shivs. And I believe you get more experience the harder the lock is. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Yeah, well, that was 180. I don't know if you get more experience for picking it on the first try. And I always say, if there's anything I'm saying that you have found to not be correct, say so. Let people know. Yeah, I'm not as large of a content creator as some of the big guys out there, but I'm trying to share as much information as I can find in the game. And if you've got information on the game that you think people need to know, tell them. Okay. I do want C block. There is something in C block that I want, and I'm pretty heavy. Let's go back to the truck real quick. I'm not encumbered yet, but I can tell the fact I can't run that I've got a good chunk of weight. And I want to go this way. These aren't. I don't think that one that's crouching or puking right now might be a runner. So nope, it's a walker. So let's go unload before I go to cell block C, because there's something in cell block C I want to go do. And we're parked right outside the store. Okay. Yeah, we're at 290. We've already grabbed a lot. So get my handy dandy sword out. I'm so glad I got this thing. I'm so glad I was able to make this thing. And I went over here. No, cell block C is this way. Cell block C. I want to run through cell block C. And I've never checked all these cells. There might be some really good stuff in the actual prison cells. When we do the clear out, we'll find out. Okay. I don't actually want to. I don't want this portion. I'm kind of going through cell block C. I'm looking for the basement. Now, this is a simple lock, so easy peasy. No light switch in here. It's over here. Yay, light switch. Standard lock. And if I have the choice between unlocking it from one side or lockpicking from the other, I'm going to take the lockpick. I think this is it. Maybe not. Because again, I want that sweet, sweet lockpicking experience. Yep, here. This is where I want. This is what I want. Ah, this is where I was looking for. Light switches are over here. Yay, light switches. And welcome to Corridor D. Probably the safest place in the entire prison. Because nothing is getting you down here. And you can turn off power to entire blocks of the prison. For cell block, or for block A, building exterior, guard towers. You also are absolutely, I think you are guaranteed to get an industrial welder here, a nail gun, a solder iron, a grinder. I think those are guaranteed because they spawn in the world. They don't spawn in chest. So if you are looking for those items and you're having trouble finding them, or you need another one and you're having trouble finding one, follow the way I came down here. Go to cell block C, go to cell block A, in the kitchen and stuff like that. Go through cell block A into cell block C, go into the offices of cell block C, and come to the basement. As far as I know, there's only one way to get into the basement. Therefore, there's only one way out of the basement. Sounds horrible until you realize this is a kill box. This is a pretty heavy door. And you can reinforce this door so they can literally cannot be broken by zombies. You could set up a bunch of fridges and stuff in here. I believe there might be an outlet in here. But if you just want somewhere to, if you're getting overwhelmed and you need a bit to lick your wounds and sleep and eat and whatnot, and you have everything on you, that's a good hole-up spot. And then you've got a large tool area here. So there's another solder iron, more lithium batteries, another nail gun, sledgehammer, and for some reason I think I get car parts in this room. There's an electric driver, another lithium battery. I think these have like car parts in them. Yeah, car brake assembly, all-weather car tire, off-road car tire, winter car tire. I don't know why, but there's car parts in here. I think this needs to be updated I think which boxes are in here, or what the loot table for in here needs to be updated. I'm gonna take all this stuff and we'll take it back to the actually no. What's the weight on one of these? 350. It'd be nice if one of these crates could hold like 800 pounds and you could just take them with you. I'm kind of thinking just load one of these up and we'll come back for it down the road. Yeah, that sounds like an idea. We'll just take everything out of these boxes. We'll put it all in this warehouse crate. And I'm doing that mainly to remind myself, yeah, I'm already encumbered. And this isn't the stuff I want to take with me at the moment. Now, this stuff's so freaking heavy. But I'd rather have it all in one area or in one box. Yeah. The car tire's 30 pounds. And we'll just put all the tires in here. Yeah, because that's 120 pounds right there. And I don't really need tires right now. Maybe I'll just put all the car parts in that box. I believe it will stay there. Engine, auto. Okay. Yeah, but similar. Well, similar. Alright, so I'm at 180 pounds. Let me check through here and see what's vehicle brake pads. Those are heavy. I'm trying to find the heavy stuff. We're just going to sort this by weight. Sledgehammer's heavy. Wood axe is heavy. Industrial driver. Industrial welder. I mean, I got 100. I got weight. So we'll continue looting out this room. We'll just put all the car parts in that box, and we'll come back and get it later. When later is, I don't know. Whenever later is. This is a tough lock, so... I know I didn't burn that many lockpicks already. Oh, I put lockpicks up in the truck, didn't I? Engine. All-weather car tire. Oh, that box is already freaking overweight. I've already filled that box. So we'll put this over here. I don't really want the wood axe either. That gets me down to about 190. Put at least, we'll put one of the mini sledges in here. And we'll put a couple of the nail guns because I don't really need 3 nail guns on me. It's all about saving or reducing my weight right now. Okay. And we've already looted that. What's 250 pounds? 250 pounds. 250 pounds. All right. So yeah, that's the basement of the prison. Pretty good for tools and, for some reason, oddly enough, car parts. But what I want is these offices. And that's the main thing I came here for. Yeah, what happened is I have so many lockpicks that it split into 2 stacks, and one of the stacks is in my truck. Which is okay. That means I've got that many lockpicks I can't break. And maybe if I don't have like 50 lockpicks on me, I will take a little more time and be a little more careful. That was pure luck. I won't even lie and say that was skill. That was luck as well. I'm not going to lie and say, I am the greatest lockpick, whoever lockpicked a lockpick. Because it's not true. I'm freaking horrible at it. I know I'm horrible at it. That's a very tough lock, which means you can't get in that room, which really sucks because if you notice, those are duffel bags. We all know what's in duffel bags. That is a weapon depot. So we want to get in there. We like weapons. Weapons make bang bangs and boom booms. And I like bang bang boom booms. And yes, I am an overgrown child. I know I'm an overgrown child. I have no problem being an overgrown child. I will freely announce that I am an overgrown child. And I'm going to leave my flashlight on because A, I have a really bad habit of leaving my flashlight on anyways. And B, it's not like I'm not getting any batteries. There are so many batteries in here. I'm already back up to 24 lockpicks. 23. 23! I believe next episode we're going to do some more base upgrades. I need to get makeshift fridge and freezer built. I need to get... I'm already set that one. I need to get a makeshift fridge built. I need to get a battery charger built. All those little luxuries, which aren't really luxuries, are kind of requirements. I need to start building. There's more lockpicks. But yeah, so many of these magazines. And I'll show you how much I get when I'm actually done. And I'm probably going to fill up in Cell Block C's offices, and then we will take a break. Well, by take a break, I mean I'll end the episode, and we'll be back in next episode, episode 12, to continue looting through the prison. And I'm trying not to make it too many episodes. I know it'll be boring if we sat here and watched, 4 or 5 episodes. Oh, it's just Idiots looting the prison again. No. We'll do like 2 episodes of looting the prison. I'll probably cut a lot of material or a lot of footage out, especially if I go through and decide to tear all this stuff down, destroy all of this, and take all that loot, because I'm going to be making so many trips. I'm probably going to have to make trips back and forth to the house. Yeah. Agility went up. Yay! Stat point. Agility, what do we get? 50% less tiredness from melee weapons would be nice. Cat-like reflexer, you take 50% as much fall damage, however, lethal fall damage is still lethal. You can move 50% faster when crouching. You can jump slightly higher than normal. It'll give you an extra stat level. I think we're going to do batter, because it's something we're going to be using the sword a lot. Obviously, somebody else out there like, no, you should have taken this. It's the best skill in the game. Oh, I didn't, because I'm stupid. Batter seems like a good skill. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's a light for this hallway. So enjoy the dark, scary, spooky hallway. Ooh, it's spooky. Alright, now it actually did get kind of spooky, because now there's a zombo. So now we gotta find a light switch, which is probably on the other wall. Thank you. Yeah, we'll leave that closed. And we'll set that one to on, set that one to on, and we'll set that one to on. And let there be light. Yeah, dark, spooky, scary hallway. Oh, I guess that the light for that hallway was probably in here. Yeah. So, block C. Not that one. Yep, that's it. It's the second one. That makes that hallway a lot less scary. Like I said, if I have the choice between unlocking it from one side and picking it from the other side, I choose a lockpick. Because lockpick is lockpick, and you know, I need. It's an innate need to level up that skill. And I will say that I cheesed the system by doing the double door lockpick trick. But the more I thought about it, if you were actually trying to learn how to pick locks, if that was a skill that you were trying to acquire in real life, you wouldn't go around and just pick a bunch of random locks to start. You would probably get a lock and just work on picking it until you felt that you could pick it every time. Once you felt comfortable with that lock, then and only then would most people switch over to trying to pick another lock. Okay, so I got this office left, which is good because I am very incucumbered. So that will be a good stopping point. As far as where I'm going to, I will probably just camp out in the back of my truck, and I will show how I'm going to go about that. Those are all empty. I can't get through this door, probably. No, I can get through this door. I thought this was a weapons depot, so hard lock, but no. This is a commissary, so food and lockpicks. I gotta reset that one. The autosave screwed me up. I was screwing up before the autosave, but the autosave definitely didn't help. We're at 94% encumbered. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? He lives in my tummy. Yeah. I'm already so heavy I can't pick up some of this stuff. So definitely a run to the truck is. Yeah, I'm now at 100% encumbered. I'm gonna drop. I think I'm gonna drop these bricks. Or no, I'm gonna drop the new glue gun or glue bottle. I'm not gonna drop it. I'm just gonna place it so it's there whenever I want to come back and get it. Because honestly, there's stuff I'd rather have than a glue bottle. Like money. I like money. All right, time to go to the truck. We go straight through cell block C. Unfortunately, I can't run because I've got so much loot on me. He can run though. But because I'm wearing armor or more defensive clothing with the military outfit and the firefighter gloves and the combat helmet and the police bulletproof vest, because I'm wearing all of that stuff, which I probably don't have the combat helmet and I don't have the combat helmet. I didn't lock those onto my inventory. This way. Because I got the military outfit on, I'm less susceptible to get scratched and bitten and get wounds. That doesn't mean I can't get those. It just means I am less susceptible. I have a lower chance. God, I can't freaking talk. Today's stream is going to be all kinds of fun. But I have a lower chance of actually getting scratched or bitten or blah, blah, blah. That takes me down to 62 pounds. I want my freaking armor. We're going to lock those. All right, now I've got my armor and stuff on. But it's also nighttime, so we're gonna show you how to camp in your truck and turn your truck into a mobile whatever. And if I can type or spell sleeping bag. And we'll just place this down and we'll sleep for 7 hours. Gets me 7 a.m. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. I will recommend to always pack up your sleeping bag when you're done, because there's some issues with stuff in the back of the truck. But that is going to wrap it up for today. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the comment, smack that like button. If you're new here, subscribe. It's free for you. Helps me out a great deal. Lets the YouTube know I'm doing a good job. Lets me know I'm doing a good job. If you disliked anything, let me know. Before you if you're going to hit the dislike button, put a comment down below. Let me know what you disliked. We can only improve if you tell us what we're doing wrong. Negative feedback is still feedback. Positive feedback is still feedback. But drop a comment down below. Just tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what your favorite joke was, what you'd like to see me explore. And until next time, I've been Nidget, obviously.